In terms of being a civil rights activist, what type of, civil rights would you believe you're an activist for?
Well, generally speaking,
Sorry to interrupt. I didn't hear the question, Josh.
Sure. I asked in terms of being a civil rights activist, what type of civil rights would he say he's an activist for?
All right, thank you.
um, broadly speaking, constitutional rights, federal and state constitutional rights. Also, generally speaking, I would say social and economic justice issues. My particular area of interest is poor minority rights issues, which is why I've worked so much with the PMJ, Poor Minority Justice Association. My area of expertise, or I guess the reason that I get involved with organizations like, and I've worked with many other organizations as well, is I have some level of experience with access to public records. And so I very frequently will work with organizations to try to help them better understand how to access public records and what sorts of records they can get, and to try to help them navigate obstructions that are very often put up in their effort to get access to public records. I work with religious organizations. I work with social justice organizations, gender equality organizations. So my real interest is people being treated fairly and with dignity, and so I take exception to generally the establishment that doesn't treat people fairly, particularly here in Polk County, at the hands of our sheriff. For example, when the sheriff was sending undercover minority deputies in to spy on African American churches, or when the state attorney suggested that they use a peaceful civil rights rally as an opportunity for a canine exercise. So what I do is I get the emails and the documents from those organizations that expose their unsavory conduct. In addition to that, just recently, for example, I also work with government agencies. I did a seminar just a few weeks ago for 9 or 10 local agencies up in Levy County. There were a couple of sheriffs that were there. There were a number of, they were primarily law enforcement agencies. So I was asked, this is the second time I've done this, I was asked to go up there and visit with them about my experiences as an advocate for open government, primarily trying to describe to them how I think they should behave in a way that would help them avoid public records litigation. So I try to help them avoid litigation. In addition to that, they wanted my perspective on the best way for law enforcement to interact with activists. The first time I went up there was during the kerfuffle that was going on in Ferguson, when I guess a lot of local agencies were very concerned that they might have similar situations going on in their jurisdictions. They asked me to come up and talk to them about, I think the way they put it was, tell us how not to be on YouTube. I also work loosely with organizations that are, what I would describe as First Amendment type organizations. Photography is not a crime, for example. I've helped them a number of times to try to get access to public records.